ambiance. It actually looks quite romantic. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay, fine. So, first of all, I would like to what you have asked. What is Yuga fire? So, Yuga fire is like Samavartika, end of Yuga fire. Suppose Yug, like period. I think Partha can explain what is Yuga. I'm just giving you the basic idea. So,
Okay.
it's at the end of a Yuga, there is a fire. So some people call it plasma. In here, our Vedic thought, it is called Yuga fire, or our Zoroastrian thought. Sorry, in Zoroastrian thought, it is called Yuga fire. So it is
Plasma.
also called, yeah,
Plasma is considered yoga fire.
yeah, maybe the link is there.
Oh my
So it is,
gosh,
yeah. So
Angel,
it
that's
is,
huge.
yeah. So it is also called Kala Pavaka, and it is also called the Great Fire at the end of Yuga. It's light, it's fire, and definitely it's from the sun. So yeah,
Wow, 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 wow. So yeah, you must have been giggling when you saw that. But to our most of the people that are watching us are Westerners,
yes,
and so this this part of the queue is using very ancient religions and acknowledging that all religions have a synchronicity, and
yes,
so somebody whoever did this portion of the queue is very familiar with uh, you know with Indian tradition.
yes.
That is this is not Western in nature.
Exactly. But I think there is a connection with
Certainly.
everything. I personally see everything as one, actually. So you have also discussed about freshocarity in the live chat today. You asked me what is freshocarity. So it's
Yes.
also like same. Yeah. So it's according the word is actually Zoroastrian. So its meaning is same. Like whenever the plasma sun will come and whenever the light will come from the sun, all those not good or not awakened, they will feel like they are getting burned by the sun or the plasma. But all the good souls who are doing good things, who are speaking good, and who are thinking good, as you always say, so they will feel like, yeah, warm milk is pouring. So they will feel that plasma sun as warm milk. So that is the meaning of the freshocarity,
Yeah, that
warm milk.
Partha
Yeah.
said the exact same thing, word for word,
Yes.
word for word.
Yeah.
Wow, guys. I mean, this just, we in the West, we in America, we look at the Q as a whole, American undertaking. But the more you look at it in this map, there's a lot of global connectivity. But to hit this part of the sun, and it's the key part of the sun event, which it talks about, the solar event. It's built around Indus Valley traditions. It's not Hindu, people. Hindu is a name we put into the Indus
Exactly.
Valley tradition.
Exactly.
The Indus Valley tradition is wholly connected with the Sumerian culture. There is just it's the same culture. It's just they were living in different places, and then there was a great war.
Yeah.
Everybody got mad at each
Ancient.
other, and they just bombed the
Yeah.
hell out of each other.
Yes.
Wow, thank you, Angel. Uh,
Yes.
Everybody who's watching this, all 35 of y'all, the level of education that you're receiving right now is epic, to use Andrew's moniker, in proportion. This puts so much together that it gives me the hope and faith that I'm working under right now, because the only reason I'm saying it 28th is because of Partha, and Partha
Yes.
has his acknowledgement through the things that he's been studying with you, Angel, and with many others, of the truth or
Yes.
culture in India, which not only do you grab all of the Indus tradition, which
Yes.
Westerners, you guys can't even begin to wrap your head around India and the culture, subculture, the rhythm, sub rhythm, the vibrations, sub vibrations. India is its own subculture that has protected itself from the West greatly, except when programming came in, programming and network engineering, and they're like, sorry, India, you're coming with us. and, and India feels the reverberations of that happening. They've seen where cities like Mumbai have left the local energies and vibrations, and the gurus that I've talked to 8 and 10 years ago when I started my yoga tradition and my seeking journeys of
Wow.
Buddha, let me know that
Okay.
they felt the removal of these great cities because they were getting westernized. They were not doing the rituals and traditions, and they were becoming with their own Western cultures all of a sudden. And and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when I've got very strong into my yoga practice, I was able to meet a guru who came from India, who is basically the leader of our practice. And I told him I'm a computer guy, and he was showing me his tablet and how he thought it was so cool, the connectivity. And he says, "Let me tell you something, Charles," and I have a horrible Indian accent. In the
Okay.
big cities where we have the engineers making so much money and doing so well, there's just it's very Western, it's very beautiful. Look, I have my tablet. I bought it in Mumbai. I'm very proud of it. But you know what else we never had in Mumbai? We never had psychologists.
Yeah.
We never had Western style psychologists. You know what the fastest growing career in Mumbai and Chennai and all of the cities that have grown in with technology and Westernism? Psychologists.
Yes.
Psychologists,
Yeah.
because they've lost their way really fast, and it's not going right for them as a culture. And I say them because it is. And the guru told me, I feel their loss. I feel the staleness of the cities when I go in and do my buying. But I can't do anything about that. I have to do my part.
Yeah. We cannot change the whole thing.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
Angel, thank
But
you
at
so
least we
much.
can change ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and that's this age, isn't it? This age is one of individual choice. Your soul, spelled
Yeah.
SOUL in English, and ironically, soul, sun is SOL.
Yeah.
Is what that relationship is. I think is pretty much defined by the fire that is at the center of Zoroastrianism. I
Yes.
think the
Yes.
relationship of the sun and Zoroastrian
Yes.
is defined. Again, the Egyptian god was the sun, Ra.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Ra. Yeah. Ra.
it is very, very powerful. Um,
Yes.
Angel, thank you so much. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
and I can dump that out. Hopefully, Partha, can you come up, Partha? And Angel, can you give Partha
Yeah.
the screen?
Um, yeah, definitely. I'm not using screen actually. What should I
Make him
do?
host.
Just tell
Make
me. I
make
will do
make
it.
make Partha host. Can you pop down Partha's thing and make him host?
You click on
Yeah. Yeah.
participant.
Yeah. I
There
did. I did. Yeah.
there
I
you
did.
are.
When you
Yeah.
click on participants, you click on the more button and then you make me host. Yeah, I am the host now.
Fine.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there. Yep. Yay. All right, Partha. All right. I don't know how much more time we have on this Zoom call, but you're the man.
Yes. No, we have, I think, a lot of time, unless you have some official work, Charles.
No. I just got a pop-up saying that they've given us a 40-minute time limit because it's the free calls. So if we do
Oh,
more
okay.
than one person, the three of us, they give us a 40-minute time limit. If it's just two of us, then we get as much time as we like.
Oh, okay. So yes, can you see my screen and how is my voice?
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yes. So as I was saying, Atlas is going near Kritika. So I will just go to that page again, which I have been talking about. Okay, before that, I will just go quickly over the Yuga ending fire,
Please.
which Angel was talking about. So it is there in Mahabharata, and Mahabharata is one of the ancient epics like Homer's Iliad and all. In fact, it's much more because it has like 1 lakh verses. So just to read 18 books of Mahabharata, it will take a lifetime.
Dang.
Yes, it's that huge. So in one of the books of Mahabharata, it is mentioned, "O Bharata, the fire called Samavartaka, impelled by winds, appeareth on earth that had already been dried to cinders by the 7 suns. Now,
7 again.
now, yes, and not only that, he says 7 suns. So that is why I think the other day, Charles, you were talking about the double sun. Here also, some people saw double sun.
Yes.
So it could be because the atmosphere is weakening and because of the refraction effect, you may be seeing 7 suns. Don't be surprised to see 7 suns.
Okay.
And then that fire penetrating through earth and making its appearance in the nether regions also. Great terror in hearts of gods, Danavas and Yakshas. O Lord of the earth, consuming the nether regions as also everything upon this earth, that fire destroyeth all things in a moment. So this is what we saw in that Knowing movie, Nicolas Cage's movie. And that fire called Samavartika, aided by that inauspicious wind, consumeth the world, extending for hundreds and thousands of yojanas. So he is talking about some, like, astronomical units, millions of kilometers.
Okay.
So that means what you were saying, Charles, about the EMP coming from the sun is not far-fetched. Because it is clearly mentioned that it is extending for hundreds and thousands of yojana. Yojana is 13 kilometers. So it is like 10 miles. So 10 miles into thousands. So you can imagine. So it is coming from the sun. So that means it is very much possible. Many people think, oh, solar flare may not hit, or it is too far, or whatever. So don't be under any illusion. And Lord of all things, that fire blazing forth in effulgence, consumeth this universe with gods and asuras and gandharvas, yakshas, snakes, everybody, reptilians, nobody is. And then see, there are some signs as well. And these rise in sky deep masses of clouds, looking like herds of elephants. In fact, many people are reporting seeing elephants. I have seen, in fact, elephants, the clouds in the form of elephants.
Wow.
And decked with wreaths of lightning that are wonderful to behold. And some of these clouds are in the hue of blue lotus. Some are in the hue of water lily. So this could be all the auroras, which are coming in different forms and shapes. Filaments of lotus, and some are purple, some are yellow as turmeric, and some are hues of crow's egg. And some are bright as petals of lotus, and some are red as vermilion.
Dang.
And some resemble palatial cities in shape, and some herds of elephants, crocodiles, sharks, and whatnot. And then after pouring in a great quantity of water and filling the whole earth, they quench this inauspicious fire. So that means, so this can be a flood. Oceans overstep the continents, the mountains thunder in fragments, and the earth sinks under the increasing flood.
All right, hold on 1 second. Angel, can you put us on mute?
Yes.
We're hearing your wonderful cooking.
No, it's not my sound actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
not my cooking. I think it's Partha's.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right, Partha, go ahead.
It's okay.
Yes, it's the pressure cooker going off here.
Oh,
Fine.
it's going to be delicious. We're not invited. Fine, Partha.
And also it is raining very heavily, and in fact I'm using my mobile internet. I'm not even using my Wi-Fi.
Wow. Okay. Sorry.
Yes. So this is also called as Kala Pavaka, as Angel was saying. So Kala also means time. It's also time personified. So that means we know that Earth is like a time machine. So obviously these things, they are cyclical in nature. So this is mentioned here.
That's the point that you made in our earlier, that the great years,
Yes. So Yuga fire is also called as Kala Pavaka, Kala means time, Pavaka means great fire. So Shiva or Rudra in the form of destroyer of time, Kala Pavaka is also called as Kalagni. Kalagni, as Pavaka is another name for Agni or fire. And what is Kritika or Pleiades? It is fire. Kritika, Agni. I will show you that as well. That's because many people say that Pleiades is this website is too much information. Maybe I would show images. I think that would be better. Yeah. So he is the god of Kritika or Pleiades, in which Atlas is going on this 28, 29. He is the god who represents that. He's also called as
the fiery knife.
Yes. So he is that god who actually purifies. So there is an American, I think I shared in one of our earlier videos, Charles, Dr. David Frawley.
Yes.
He has in fact shown this. See, it is his tweet. So Kritika vernal equinox, it happened, in 2600 BC. And that is what is Harappa Mohenjo-daro civilization, which was there in northwest of India. So many people think, or many people do not understand, what was the reason for this Mohenjo-daro civilization to go out? What exactly happened? So many people think that there was a flood and all the people died. In fact, there is a movie also on this. Let me just show you that. So this would interest you, Charles. Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is an archaeological, it's also called Mound of the Dead. And this was 2500 years ago. So that means during the last, Yuga, during just before the age of Pisces. And Mohenjo-daro movie, I will just show you.
Okay.
I will just show you some visuals of the movie. So in the movie, they wear all kinds of headgear, and see, she's wearing some kind of headgear, and the seals of that civilization, Mohenjo-daro civilization, have not yet been decoded. Mohenjo-daro seals. So these are the seals, Charles. So these seals are similar to Sumerian civilization, which you were talking about.
Hold on. Whoa. Click back one more. That one, no. That one right there. That one with the bull. The one with the bull and the Pisces. Up one more. The unicorn seal.
Yes.
That one. I mean, look, there's a sign of the Christian fish. Partha.
Yes, that I was showing you. Correct.
Look at that, guys. That is the
So Charles, I want to congratulate you. You are the first ever person to actually decode a Mohenjo-daro seal. In fact, till date, historians have unable to decode the seals. So you are the first live publicly you have decoded that, because I told you the other day that is the fish symbol or Pisces symbol.
Yeah. And if you look at the second fish, it looks like the Chi-Rho symbol. The second fish that has the X, like the four things looking out of it. It looks like the Chi-Rho.
Yes, Charles. Exactly.
I'll be dead.
So this was the civilization before 2160 BC. And this went off and people speculated.
After we get off the call, I'll be adding that to my resume.
See.
Yes, I've been talking about this. Call that up. Bring that up, please. Yes. I have been talking about this, Partha, for 3 or 4 weeks of the atomic war.
This was not an atomic war. My speculation is what exactly happened was there was an EMP event. Researchers find proof of ancient atomic war. So because of the mounds, what they found, or the seals that they found lying under the mud flood kind of a situation, there are of course many guys who are doing mud floods in YouTube, researching mud floods. So many people speculated that it was an atomic war, but it is not an atomic war.
Okay.
Take the incomparable Sanskrit epic from Mahabharata. I was just talking about this. It recounts fate and devastation with entries that appear to precisely portray the impacts and repercussions of atomic war.
Yep.
But my speculation is, or my gut feeling is, it was not atomic war. It was a sudden EMP event, which actually devastated that civilization called Mohenjo-daro. And it actually went inside the muds. So if those people who are actually doing the research on Mohenjo-daro, see, it went inside. It's called Mound of the Dead.
Yes.
It went inside the mud, and this can happen. This kind of mud flood event can happen only when there is a EMP. And in fact, many songs, many movies show this. That when the EMP happens, then people become statues or things go under the mud because there is a mud flood. And that is what Inge was also saying. That is the Frashokeriti. So what happens during Frashokeriti? So I think it's open for me. Yes, Frashokeriti. So it says that altar will melt the metal in the hills and mountains, and the molten metal will then flow across the earth like a river. All mankind, both the living and resurrected dead, see this resurrection theme again,
Yep.
will be required to wade through that river, but the righteous, it will seem to be a river of warm milk, while the wicked will be burned.
The river which then flowed down to hell, where it met Nod and the last vestiges of wickedness in the universe. In later Zoroastrian texts, it is written that the molten metal will purify the wicked. This is all
You were saying
Zoroastrian
yesterday,
based.
yeah.
Zoroastrian based, Sumerian based.
Yes. And this is what I was saying just now. So this is a historical site, Mohenjo-daro. It is in Pakistan right now. Before independence, 1947, Mohenjo-daro, Pakistan, India were a single country. But after 1947, they're different countries. So this is actually in Pakistan. And this is not just a speculation. This is my 99% gut feeling. It was due to EMP, because we know that every 2160 years there is an EMP.
I'll be dead gum.
And now Atlas is going to Pleiades. And see the seals, the symbols again. What Dr. Frawley is showing. It's the same thing. So we have the scientific data which is showing what is Atlas doing, where it is right now. And this is one more evidence, or rather pre-evidence. So this is a book written by a freedom fighter of India, Charles. So his name is Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So when he was in jail, he wrote this book. So he wrote Arctic Home in the Vedas. It's a 1903 book on the origin of Aryanic people by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He's an astronomer, historian, journalist, whatever, all that. And his theory was simple, that man was believed to be post-glacial, and a theory of Asiatic origin of Aryan peoples prevailed. So summary is, Neolithic Aryan people in Europe cannot be regarded as all this. And basically what he's saying is all the people were in North Pole. So I got this book also. I opened the book somewhere because I have so many web pages open.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
This is the Last Supper there. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. I think I seem to have lost it. So yes, so Arctic Home in the Vedas. So this book, it talks about that people before 8000 BC, people were near the North Pole area. And that was the original Eden. So many people think Eden is in maybe Saudi Arabia, or Eden is somewhere in, in the southern regions, in Asia or something. But no, the original Eden was actually in the North Pole, near the North Pole. That is where the Celtics and Druids thing come. And that is why, and he also mentioned that in this book, that, there is no sunset for 6 months. So obviously it is very clear that, because all the Rigvedic hymns, Rigveda means the original people who were there in North Pole. So
Yeah.
they used to sing hymns to the sun. They
Yeah.
used to sing all these hymns or all these songs, and they used to praise the sun. And it is mentioned in the older text, very ancient text, that sun never used to seem to set. And
That's true.
That's only possible in the polar regions.
And on top of that, and this is fascinating, dendrochronology. Dendrochronology is when you how you measure tree rings. Well, in Great Britain and on Doggerland underwater, they have trees that don't have any tree rings, which means they didn't have any seasons. They just kept growing continually. And the reason you get rings on trees is for the seasons. Every year, every time it goes through a year, it builds up new bark. And so they found trees that have no rings.
Yes.
All right.
So that's, yeah, coming back to the our world. So we know, see, 2054 passes 2 degrees from the Pleiades or the Seven Sisters. Pleiades, I just showed you through David Frawley's thing and also through Mohenjo-daro that it is the fire. It is the god of fire. It is Kritika. Kritika means fire. So yeah, I mean, if it is going there, and as I said earlier also, we need to wait for 2 weeks. So EMP may happen on 29th, or it may happen within 2 weeks, because comets and EMPs and all, astrologically we need to wait for 2 weeks at least. That is what the elders say. That is what the ancients say. So I have, in fact, in our first stream, Charles, I showed you that book in which all the comets and all are mentioned. It is mentioned there also that when you see a comet or when you hear a sound, it means that you have to wait for 2 weeks. It is mentioned there.
Ah, good. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I said on May 7th, exactly in 13th day or after 13 days, sound was heard. So now we are talking. So that means May 29th, this Atlas is going near. So Atlas is a comet, right?
Yep.
So comet is going near Pleiades. So from there you have to take 2 weeks. So it could be May 29th or it could be up till June 14th, which is the birthday of Trump.
Abhinat.
Oh.
And guys, I have to say, I mean, the sun is so bright right now. It's 5:30 in the afternoon here in Spain, and it's even hard to look at the sea right now. And I've never had that effect. It's usually nice and blue. So the magnetic shield is definitely weakening day by day. We don't have the help of NASA to tell us what's going on, but like Partha says, I use my eyes and I use the old wisdom, and that's what we're going on. So the sun is key. The sun is key in all of this, Partha.
Yes. So yeah, so this was the paragraph which I was saying. At the North Pole, one seems the heavenly dome above seems to be revolve around like a potter's wheel. The stars will not rise and set, move around. So as you know, aurora comes from the North Pole. So all the charged particles, they seem to get attracted towards the North Pole, because that's why it's called a pole, because it's the magnet. So that is why people may ask, like, why not Africa? Or why not Germany? Or why not India? Why the EMP has to come from the North Pole? It's obviously because the charged particles stream through the North Pole.
Absolutely. That makes 100% electrical sense. That makes 100%. As far as electrical engineering goes, that makes 100%. Wow, Partha. We're making discoveries here day by day, aren't we?
Yes, Charles. So that's all I had today, Charles.
It's a lot, guys. All right, Angel, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any last words, Angel?
Yeah, I think for today it's enough, and gradually we'll bring new topics. And for today, thank you very much, Partha and Charles.
Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Partha. Yeah, we have a lot to learn. Partha and Angel have a lot to teach us. And so, we are here, devoted students to both of you and what you have to say. And I am very glad that I have taken the initiative to pull you into some live streams, so that there's just so much you can say in text, and you both are saying so much, but we're not ready for what you're saying. But slowly, more and more, what you two are writing to us now makes sense. So in this way of video conferencing, a lot of clarity has been added. All right, guys. Both of y'all jump into the thread. Everybody's got questions. Say thank you, everybody, to Partha and Angel Hope for bringing enlightenment and wisdom.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I can't believe I've been talking about Zoroastrianism, and here I have a Zoroastrian who not only is Zoroastrian, but you practice greater degrees of wisdom. You're into a truther movement, which is basically Zoroastrianism at its fundamental core, is just always seeking the truth, staying honest. And the more you learn, the closer we get to understanding. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Partha.
Thanks.
And we'll talk to you guys again soon. I know that.
Sure.
Thank you, Chao. Thank you, Angel. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. Here we go, guys.